Welcome to Urza. As far as our opening hand goes, yes, we're gonna keep on this one. Oh man, I just rolled the stop sign on that intro like 3 times in a row. So, I mean, you don't hear it, but I edited it out. But it was pretty clunky. So anyway, welcome to Urza. I kept getting Lord High Artificer. I would just kept combining the words. But yes, we've got a fun matchup. We've got Urza versus Daretti, mono red artifacts, mono blue artifacts. We have a beautiful opening hand. We have Island. We have Soul Ring. We have Snapcaster, Time Twister. This is everything that we want to see. So let's go lead off with Island, and let's go for Soul Ring. And then anything else? Nope. Pass turn our opponent. Keep our fingers crossed that we do run into another land. That way we can get down Urza and start tapping down for some mana. That'd be pretty good. So we're playing Urza. Whenever Urza enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Then tap and untap artifact creature. Tap an untapped artifact you control. You can add blue mana to your mana pool. Then for a 5-mana activation, shuffle your library, play the top card of your library. So we don't run into another land, but yeah, I guess we just go and pass the turn. We could actually Time Twister at this point right now. Yeah, we're not tied to anything in the hand, so let's just go on Time Twister. It's going to be 1/2. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good because we're going to get a fresh grip. We should hit a land off of that. And yeah, that's the only things we did miss out on some like artifact style, some mock style effects with that spell book, but we can definitely dig a lot deeper into our library and find something. So play gets ready. Scrap Savant +2. Discard up to 2 cards. And then for a -2, sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then for a -10, you get an emblem that says whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. And if my voice sounds a little bit different, I am getting over a cold or some chest congestion, something, whatever that is. So if I sound a little bit raspy or something like that, I'm just giving you a heads up. That's exactly what it is. So we've got ourselves a game. I'm excited. This is going to be pretty fun. So, in fact, yeah, let's just go ahead and go for. I think we just go Urza. Yeah, because we end up going Urza. That's going to be 1/2, 1/2/3. Now this build of Urza, it's really not that crazy. It's just kind of more of just a value play deck. You know, it's just there's a lot of things that I'll kind of explain that. Let's get this turn going really quick. Let's make the land drop for the turn. Let's go Island. Let's just cast Everflowing Chalice as a 0 ability, and that should. Yeah, look at that. That's just some good stuff right there. Let's go Frantic Search. Actually, we do have Stoic Rebuttal. Actually, let's do this. Click cancel. And we do have the 3 mana. Let's just go and pass the turn to our opponent. We're going to hold up Stoic Rebuttal. That way, if they do want to actually end up going for Daretti, we can at least kind of counter that, and then we'll be able to go for Frantic Search after that. Now, one of the good things about us going for Stoic Rebuttal, if we do end up going Stoic Rebuttal, that's going to get the commander attacks going on Daretti, and that does allow us to end up going for Phyrexian Revoker at a later point. So, all right, they're going to simply just go for Cold Steel Heart. We can definitely play around that. One thing that we can do is if we want to just be a little bit more of a proactive play, Mizzium Mortars. Yeah, I think that's going to get Stoic Rebuttal out of the hand. So that's going to be blue and then blue. And I guess technically we could have Frantic Search, but being able to stop that Mizzium Mortars is pretty huge on that one. And what we'll probably end up doing is simply just going Phyrexian Revoker on Daretti. So, in fact, let's go and go for that now. So let's have Phyrexian Revoker enter the battlefield. We're going to name Daretti Scrap Savant. That way we can just make sure that they have to have some sort of answer for Daretti out there. Now, we do have Conjurer's Closet we can go for. I think that's probably what we'll end up going for. But let's see if we can't get a few more artifacts down at this point. So that's going to be 1/2/3. We're going to tap down Phyrexian Revoker. Let's go for Frantic Surge. That's going to allow us to draw 2 cards, discard a couple cards. Let's go ahead and get rid of Scalding Tarn. I kind of do like Mere Turbine on this one and Conjurer's Closet. So, actually, we've got a ton of. We can just get rid of Reliquary Tower. I like all of these. So let's untap Island, and yeah, let's do that. So let's go for Conjurer's Closet because we can get these construct tokens. That's going to be really good. Yeah, I like that. So let's go Conjurer's Closet. We're going to be able to bounce Urza and get those construct tokens, and we'll have Conjurer's Closet near the battlefield. That will end up being a 5/5. We can actually swing in with Urza too. So it's going to be 6 coming across. Put them down to 24. And then we'll exile Urza. We'll make sure that Urza goes to the exile. instead of the command zone. So there we go. All right, swinging it for 5. That's going to put them down to 24. And then anything else? No, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. So let's go and bounce Urza real quick. There we go. And the other cool thing to note is that with Phyrexian Revoker, we can actually bounce it with Conjurer's Closet if we wanted to kind of put ourselves in a spot to where we needed to, rename something. But we're actually in pretty good position right now. Our opponent does need to get some sort of board wipe to stop what we've got going on. So let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to build your very own Urza deck with a ton of... Ooh, that's going to get it. Wildfire. Yeah, I think that's going to get it. Yeah, it's going to get Urza. That's going to get our construct tokens. The only good thing is... Oh, we have to sacrifice 4 land. Ugh. Okay, so that's going to be very, very clunky. All right, so we're going to sacrifice these islands. Hopefully we run into another island. The only good thing is that it does keep our construct tokens down on the battlefield. It's almost kind of like we have these construct armies. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on this one. So, hey, playing gets Daretti and they go for a Worldfire. We might end up posting this in some form or fashion. Thankfully, we're able to keep the artifacts on the battlefield. We've got the construct swinging in for 10. That puts them down to 14. So in 3 turns, we've got them. So it always feels good to kind of dodge a Wildfire with a construct token. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Damia, Sage of Stone. As far as our opening hand goes, yes, we are definitely going to keep on this one. I love it. I'm going to get Damia pulled. We've got lands in the hand. We have some filtering, Frantic Search, Ponder. We got Life from the Loam, and this is beautiful. Exactly what we want to see in Damia. We can just basically just Life from the Loam until we get to some pretty good mana, and then we get down Damia and refuel our hand. So see if our opponent wants a mulligan or not, and then we'll get this game kick-started. All right, so opponent does mulligan down to 6. Let's go and go for Verdant Catacombs. Let's go and grab ourselves a Tropical Island. We're going to go for Ponder. Look at the top 3 cards of our library. Where are you? Tropical Island. There we go. Let's go for Ponder and Limdul's Vault. That actually would work out. Yeah, I guess if we end up vaulting next turn, we'll probably end up going Life from the Loam, then we'll draw into one of these lands. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So let's go for Drowned Catacomb. We'll put Harbor on top, put Limdul's Vault. I'm not going to shuffle, so we'll draw into Vault. And then that way, next turn, we have a land that we can put into play on tap. So anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. So we're playing Damia, Sage of Stone, Deta. Skip your draw step at the beginning of your upkeep. You have fewer than 7 cards in your hand. Draw cards equal to the difference. And that is it for Damia. It felt like the way I was talking, I was going to keep explaining something. But no, that's it. We just get to draw cards, which is a very nice feeling. So let's get Harbor down. And yeah, we'll do that. So we end up going for Life from the Loam on Catacombs. So we know what's on top of our library. We know there's one more land on top. So anything else, we're going to go and pass turn. So we might end up dredging. If we want to end up going for Frantic Search or Cultivate instead of drawing that land, we'll kind of see what we want to end up doing. So playing against Saffi, Eric's daughter. Sacrifice Saffi. Whenever target creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield this turn, return that card to the battlefield. Opponent's going to go for Guruk, Wildspeaker, which is a pretty good option. So that does leave us open to going for Limdul's Vault if we wanted to find some sort of answer. Pretty sure we've got Hero's Downfall in here, so fairly confident we do. I forgot to take a screenshot of my deck list for my second monitor. Yeah, let's go and dredge Life from the Loam. That sounds good. Because we know the land's on top, so yeah, that's fine. So we're going to have, oh, bummer, we hit Ancient Tomb, but that's okay. We do run into Ancient Tomb, so we can actually Life from the Loam. Yeah, we can't do it all in one turn, so let's do it like this. So let's go Catacombs. Let's crack Catacombs, because at this point, if we want to outrace our opponent, they've got Guruk, Wildspeaker, and Soul Ring. We need to keep up with mana pretty bad. So let's grab ourselves a Bayou. Let's go for Cultivate, and that is one way that we can try to keep up with them for sure. The only thing playing against Saffi is we want to make sure we don't get comboed out, which would not be good. So let's go to grab another black source, and then since we do have pretty heavy green, we'll go and grab another green source. There we go. Grab that forest. Let's go and put the swamp onto the battlefield. Forest goes into our hand, and then anything else pass turn to our opponent. So we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you're going to go test out Damia's chair at MTGOTraders, so the chair's over there, you can sit in there, kind of try out the different massage settings. So if that's something that floats your boat, head on over to MTGOTraders. Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. If you want to check out my merch booth, head on over there, type in Jolt539 in the search bar. You'll be able to see my merch booth. Or if you want to get 10% off anything off the website, use coupon code JOLT. So if you haven't treated yourself in a long time, make sure you treat yourself. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to the Patreon, there's a link down in the description below. I can get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits, or both, to support cool content like this. And if you can't do that, hey, No problem. Just tell somebody about the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. So there we go. Let's have some fun. Opponent's going to go green white beat sticks. We got a beast token and a Governey Township activation. It looks like. So all right. Let's have some fun. All right. So we draw into Woodland Cemetery. I think we just grab Life from the Loam. I think that sounds pretty good. Or at least we go for Life from the Loam. It's going to be Ancient Tomb, Drowned Catacombs, and Verdant Catacombs. Let's go green black. That's going to bring that back. And if we end up going... And the other cool thing about Life from the Loam, we're not playing... Well, I'll explain it here in a second. Let's see how we want to set this up. So we have Vault. We end up going Ancient Tomb. That definitely allows us to go for Frantic Search and get a little bit ahead on mana. I think that sounds pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go Ancient Tomb. Let's go Frantic Surge. It's going to be 1-2. We're going to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. And since we have Life in the Loam, we're in a pretty good spot. We're not going to dredge at this point right now. Ooh, there we go. And Return to Nature, Gilded Lotus. Let's go and discard Catacombs, and we'll get rid of Forest. And then untap Ancient Tomb, and then we're going to untap Bayou. There we go. It's going to give us... Oh, excuse me, up to 3 lands. That's going to work out perfectly. Untap Harbor. So then we go for Gilded Lotus. Yeah, look at this tempo swing. We're going to go Gilded Lotus. And then once we pop that that Soul Ring, Return to Nature, it's going to be perfect. So let's go ahead, triple green to our mana pool. Let's go Return to Nature, destroy target artifact. And that'll really slow roll this Governey Township game plan that we're going to go for. Look at that. Beautiful. Turn 4. Look at all that mana. Click OK. Pass turn to our opponent. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 9 total mana, 10 total mana with the land drop for the turn. One of the things that you do want to do if you're playing Damia is you don't really just want to roll Damia out with no sort of protection or no sort of game plan to protect Damia, because what makes you win with Damia is making it stick on the battlefield and getting a lot of card draw. But there's sometimes where if turn 4, turn 5, we're going to have 10 mana. It's okay to just roll Damia out. That way if Damia gets hit with some sort of spot removal, then you can just recast Damia like a couple turns later. So we might end up going for that. So we'll kind of see what ends up happening. So just based off this Genesis Hydra, we've got Fiend Hunter, Oblivion Ring, and Path to Exile. That is a pretty good amount, high distribution of removal just in the top 4 cards of their library. So maybe they just got lucky and that's what's up there. But, oh, bummer, they're going to have Ruminant Armasaur come down. So we might end up doing that, because what we can end up doing is we can actually Limdol's Vault during our upkeep, because that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we can actually still, we can still end up with some protection for Damia. So I think let's Vault during our upkeep, because we need to get some card draw going as quickly as possible, especially with the Armasaur going to probably be targeting Gilded Lotus. We're going to get into this weird spot. We're going to be paying some life for the Ancient Tomb, and they've got some pretty good creatures on the battlefield, so we could end up Deep Forest Hermit if we wanted to. But if we end up vaulting, we almost need to grab a board wipe. I think that's the better option. Yeah, let's do that. That's good. Now that I think about it, if we vault for a board wipe, that's going to be better. So let's go for Limdol's Vault, and I love Limdol's Vault. If you don't play with this card in your Sultai or Dimir decks or any sort of black-blue build, wonderful. It's just one of the perfect cards for Commander. So yes, we're going to pay another life, because that is not a very good pile. And then Soul Ring, yep, we're going to pay another life. Put those on the bottom in any order. Yep, I'm going to pay some life, any order, because we just need to hit a board wipe at this point. So yes, going to pay some more life, put those on the bottom in any order. Toxic Deluge for 5. Puts us down to 5, but if we keep Vault, no, yeah, I think we can wait on that one. So we'll put those on the bottom in any order. Yes, we'll pay some life. Yeah, we're going to, because that was kind of a gamble on that one. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. We should have just held on to that one. That Torrent. Oh, no. We can't Cyclonic Rift one. Yeah, we're going to have to pay. Now we're just boom or bust on a board wipe. Oh, no. We're getting very unlucky on this one. Very unlucky. We should have. Yes, we're going to pay another life. Any order. Oh, man. Okay. We're not going to pay any life. No, we could if we wanted to, but that doesn't sound that good. We can gain some life with Exogenous. We can't even tap down Ancient Tomb now. I guess we just go... That was rough. Man, we dug like 10, like 50 cards deep, and we didn't hit Crux of Fate, Damnation, or any other. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, so we end up, let's put Worn Power Stone on top, Prismatic Vista, Exsanguinate, and go for the Throat on top. And could Dredge Life on the loan, but that didn't sound that good. So we go for the Throat. We have Drowned Catacomb enter the battlefield. I guess our only option is go for Deep Forest Homer. That's going to be triple green. That way we can just build up some sort of board state. But then they've got the -4 from Gurk Wildspeaker. Man, that was a bummer. So yeah, we're going to probably end up losing this one. We'll get down Deep Forest Hermit. We got off to a really quick start, but sometimes that's what happens when you're pretty aggressive with the vault. So we'll kind of dig a little bit deeper, see what's going to happen. With Toxic Deluge, we could have kept that one. And we could have X for 5, and that put us down to 5. And that would is definitely an answer, but I don't know. I just like 5 more flips. We get to dig 25 cards deeper. Surely between the 25 cards, we either get down to 5 and find the board wipe and not have to pay that life, and we stay kind of maybe stabilize at 10 or whatever. Yep, there we go. Opponent's going to go for the ultimate with Gurk Wildspeaker. So a good game to our opponent. A little bit of a bummer on that one, but yeah, that's magic sometimes. You don't hit a board wipe, and that would have allowed us to kind of stabilize from there. But yeah, everybody's got trample, so we're just going to let this damage go on through. Good game to our opponent. We're going to start drawing some cards. Where's that? Where's that board wipe? Because we put the rest on the bottom in any order. Where are you? Man, we're still. It was not meant to be. We're going to keep drawing. Yeah, she just kept on that Toxic Deluge. Yep, got a little too risky on that one. Yeah, apparently Damnation is hiding from us. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Crick, son of Yawgmoth. As far as open, I think that's how you say it, but I've already recorded enough to where that's kind of how it's stuck. So, but as far as opening hand goes, we've got Swamp, Wasteland, Read the Bones. We can go for Ancient Tomb. Yeah, do we want to keep on this one? Imperial Seal, that's going to be a lot of life loss. Yeah, let's go and ship this one back. Let's see if we can't get a few more artifacts. Yes, this is good. We'll keep on this one. So we're going to keep on this. We've got Double Swamps, Bajuka Bog. Let's go ahead and put probably... I'd like to go for let's just go and put one out on the bottom. And then anything else, we're going to go get a turn started. Let's go lead off with Bajuka Bog. Actually, we'll go and hold on to that. Maybe we can utilize that in a somewhat timely fashion. So let's go and lead off with Swamp. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. We're playing Crick, son of Yawgmoth. I think that's how you say it, and if I'm wrong, I do apologize. That's how it's going to be for the rest of the video. So, lifelink. Then for each black mana in your cost, you may play 2 life rather than pay that mana. Then, whenever you cast a black spell, put a +1 counter on Crick, son of Yawgmoth. So, it's going to go for Swamp. Demonic, I think the thing that's really going to help us is just getting ahead on mana at this point. So I think even going for something like Mana Crypt, that could be good. Because, well, Demonic Tutor, let's say we end up grabbing Soul Ring, we'll go for Chromatic Lantern. Yeah, let's do that. Let's still get ahead. So I just want to kind of rant pretty quick. So let's go ahead and grab Soul Ring. There we go. I'll be able to get that down next turn and still end up going for Crick. And then hopefully just kind of find ourselves in a little bit of a better option. So playing against Melek. Is it Paragon? Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may cast the top card of your library if it's an instant or sorcery card. Then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery from your library, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. So oh yes, we run into Helldozer. Okay. We're going to have some fun. Let's go for, our opponent's not. Let's go for, actually, since we're going to go, yeah, we'll go Swamp, because that'll be Soul Ring, and then it'll still allow us to go for Crick. So let's go Soul Ring. Or if we want to, we can just try to dodge some sort of spot removal or like a counterspell from our opponent by going for Chromatic Lantern. Now let's still go ahead and go for it. I kind of like that. So we're going to go for Crick. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 6 life. Oh, that feels good. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We're going to have Crick into the battlefield. Hopefully this sticks. If they've got a counterspell, they've got it. If they have some spot removal, they've got it. If not, then we can get this party started. But yes, as far as the actual build of this deck goes, we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to build your very own Crick Mono Black Suicide deck, hey, head on over there. Okay, so our opponent's actually going to opt to go for the draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards instead of going for the 2 damage to Crick. So I'm going to assume that their hand's a little weak on that if they wanted to get rid of Crick. So I feel pretty good about that. But yeah, long story short, check out MTGOTraders. Also, if you want to check out my merch booth, I have a merch booth set up over at inkgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off your order off anything on the website, or just type in JOLT539 to actually see my merch booth. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute and support content like this, hey, there's a link down in the description below. Get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits. And if you can't do that, hey, no problem. Tell somebody about the channel at your local gaming store or online. I would appreciate it. So now it's officially free time. We can have some fun. But yeah, like I was saying, this is mono black, just basically kind of like Stompy. You know, there's different. Okay, so they do have Mizium Mortars. They have an answer. So that's not the end of the world. I mean, we are actually looking at going for Bajuka Bog. We do have some really good options to kind of exile out of the graveyard now. And we can still end up going for Crick at a later time. So let's go and go for Chromatic Lantern. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. And I think. Yeah, we might end up go for the throat on Goblin Electromancer. The main reason for that is Goblin Electromancer is really good. You get that reduced cost, it can make for some really explosive turns. So let's go Bajuka Bog. Let's go and exile our opponent's graveyard. Let's go for Expedition Map, and that way we can grab coffers. That'll be good. And then anything else, pass it back over to our opponent. But yeah, this is just kind of like mono black Stompy. You know, you do see Helldozer in the hand. Helldozer, I normally don't go for land destruction, but Landdozer is one of those spells that I don't know. It's one of those cards that like I've played against it before, and somebody like if they get the Helldozer activations going turn after turn, it's kind of like the most legit like land destruction you can have because it's like 3 black mana every single turn, and if you can untap it and go for more, I don't know, it just feels pretty good. So I like including this in here as our land destruction win condition. It feels pretty good. So let's go for Bantu's Monument because at this point we just want to set up as much of an explosive turn as possible. So let's go Bantu's Monument, and we have not made the land drop for the turn, so let's go and crack Expedition Map. And I think we might end up just grabbing coffers, because if we grab coffers, we can already tap it down for at least 3, and then hopefully we can find our way into Urborg, so that'll be good. So let's go for coffers. We're going to have coffers enter the battlefield, and then that's going to be 3 mana we can add. Yeah, let's just go and pass the turn over to our opponent, and we'll get the reduced cost from Bantu on Crick next turn. But yeah, let's give a quick shout out to Not Another Dungeons and Dragons podcast. So they have a Factor of Fiction. Let's split this one up. We definitely don't Epic Experiment. Comet Storm, I think we're okay with that. Jaya, we want to make sure that Jaya and Epic Experiment don't end up in the same pile. So let's do this. Let's go for the Jaya and Comet Storm, and we'll give them Epic Experiment and then Mountain and Island. Because really, if you think about it, if you go for an Epic Experiment where X is 5 or less, it's not that good. So they're already looking at X equals 3, then 4, then 5. Yeah, I kind of like this pile. And if they're hurting on resources, you know, they definitely want to grab the island and the mountain. So there they go. So they're going to grab that. Hopefully that'll kind of help filter, or at least be to our advantage a little bit later on. But yeah, with Not Another Dungeons and Dragons podcast, they one of the characters is from the Crick, or the country version of Creek, and so whenever they announce Crick, son of Yawgmoth, that's kind of what I thought about. So opponent's gonna go for Desperate Ritual. It's gonna have 3 mana to their mana pool. Some other cool stuff we do have in here that's gonna be taking advantage of the 1,000-Year Storm. That is a definitely good card. So we probably are gonna be on this Helldozer game plan. As much as I don't like just blowing up people's lands because of it, we need to stop this 1,000-Year Storm pretty bad. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 total mana, so we can actually go for both. So let's tap down coffers, and we can still get a little bit of extra mana by tapping down coffers. So there we go. So we're going to have Devil's Horns enter the battlefield. Now this puts them on having some sort of answer for Helldozer. So let's go for Devil's Horn. Let's have Helldozer. We can get the reduced cost. Okay, and that's still going to make them lose a life and we gain a life, and also allow us to gain a life whenever. Yes, definitely would use that ability. Put us back up to 25, and then we'll go for Helldozer. Enter the. That's pretty good. All right, anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So, and then whenever you cast a spell. Yeah, so I think we can still end up paying 6 life to blow up our opponent's lands. So if we go 6 life, we blow up Highland Lake, 6 life, blow up Sulphur Falls. Be in a pretty good spot. Even if we can't do that, it's still going to allow us to add some pretty good mana between Soul Ring and Coffers. So the other thing about this deck is, you know, I have a lot of different mono black Storm decks. I have Villas, which is a ton of fun to play. I have Razakath. You know, there's just a lot of busted things that we're trying to do. Whenever Crick came out, you know, a lot of the things on online that I saw was definitely kind of catered more towards combo, generating a ton of mana, get a lot of stuff into the graveyard. So as far as this build, I just wanted to go mono black stompy. We've got some fun stuff in here. We've got Grave Titan, Magus of the Mirror, Noxious Gearhulk, Helldozer. We've got Herald of Anguish, because we are running a pretty good amount of artifacts in here. We have Myojin, I think that's how you say it, of the night. I think that's of Night's Reach or something like that. And what that's going to do is it's going to make them discard their entire hand if we remove a divinity counter from it. And the cool thing about that is there's just a lot of times where we can just really exhaust our opponent's hand, make them exile it, and then just get ourselves in a position to where we can hopefully close the game out with something like that. Now, if our opponent is going to storm off this turn, they did grab Seething Song with Mystical Tutor. They're at least going to have another copy with Thousand Year Storm. What I may end up doing is just kind of letting them kind of go through this storm cycle and then jumping in once something does happen. Oh no! Okay, so they're gonna have Epic Experiment times 30, which is it's not gonna be good. Okay, so we'll go and get this popped up. That's not too bad. Treasure Cruise and Counterspell. That's worse things have happened. Maybe they'll fizzle on this. So Treasure Cruise and Counterspell. Oh, that is that is insane. Okay, so they're gonna get a lot of card draw from Treasure Cruise. Ooh, so that's going to be pretty bad. They're going to have Frantic Search. That's going to be 5 copies of Lightning Bolt. That's going to be 15 damage. So that's definitely something we want to keep in mind. Okay, so we're going to go and scoop it up. Our opponent's going to be able to get it on this one. They're going to have enough lethal with that Thousand Year Storm and Lightning Bolt. Just goes to show you how fun this card is. So if you're going to build a Spellslinger deck, be sure to check out Thousand Year Storm. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.